What's poppin', YouTube family? It's your boy Dwight. Welcome back to the channel, Silverback Siage. Hope all is well with everybody. Today, I'm actually planning to probe off into my winter offerings as far as the designer world is concerned. Do me a huge favor, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you can be notified when I post new content. If you'd like to find out exactly what fragrances I have in this fragrance list, and ones that you definitely need to get your nose on, if not purchase, effective immediately so you can be ready for the cold weather, keep it locked. Well, let's get down to the meat and potatoes. By the way, I also want to mention that there's going to be two parts to this video. There's going to be a designer half, there's going to be a niche half. Let's get right off into it. I'm not going to spend much time with notes and all that. I'm going to give you at least a brief description of what the fragrance does and kind of when you can use it, what it may smell like in some cases. Let's get started. I got 11 of them. First one, Versace Noir Oud Noir. Now this one here, you get Tom Ford's Oud Wood vibes is what I'm led to understand. With that one right there, it's really, really spicy out of the notes that come with that. It's spicy. You do get a little bit of that bitter orange. You get a slight hint of oud. It's not real strong. Not one of those ones that stinks or some people consider to be barnyardy. But you do get a nice patchouli dry down with that one. Next one. Bentley Intense for Men. Now this one here, what do you get? You get a strong rum accord that's in there out of your notes. It's a little bit spicy. You do get some bergamot, but on the dry down, you get that incense. You get the leather dry down, which is strong within that. And I'm led to understand that's what kind of separates it from the original Bentley for Men. The intensity of the incense and the leather is what actually makes this one different. It's one that I like a lot, and it's very affordable on discounters. Next one is by YSL, and it's the Le Parfum concentration. Gotta smell them all because I ain't seen some of them in a while. What do you get with this one? You get aldehydes and apple in the opening, which makes it very mass appealing, mixed with that grapefruit and ginger. But as you dry down, you get strong sage and lavender and tonka bean. That tonka bean reigns supreme as it dries down, which gives it a sweetness that is more suitable for the cold weather, and especially going into the winter months, versus a lot of its counterparts within the same house or the same line that are more fresh, more summertime and spring oriented. Next one, Azzaro, The Most Wanted. Now this one here, real simple. It's a delightful and delicious fragrance that you get a toffee note in this one. It actually starts off just a little hint spicy with the cardamom, but you get that toffee right away, and that's actually the superstar within this fragrance. And as it dries down, you get a little bit of a woody base, but the toffee and the sweetness of, to me, which they don't list it, but like a tonka bean type of note that's in there that makes it a little bit sweet, is actually what you're going to get for the most part of that one. And it's definitely a different type of bottle presentation, like I've stated before. Next one, Givenchy, or Givenchy, however you want to say it, Gentleman Privé, Reserve Privé. Now, what do you get with this one? Powdery, strong iris with whiskey accord in there that gives you a boozy touch, versus within this line, iris reigns supreme throughout the whole line. But with this one, you get that whiskey, you get that amber dry down, which makes it a little bit warm and a tad bit resinous, but that whiskey that mixes in there is awesome. And it's a very good addition to this scent profile and has you ready for the cold weather. Next one is by Paco Rabanne. And this one's discontinued, by the way. Paco Rabanne 1 million Privé. Another Privé. Now this one here is one that's going pretty expensive on discounters. If you actually you can't find it on discounters, you can probably find it on eBay, and people's asking $200-300 a bottle. I was fortunate enough to actually run into it some months ago in a Burlington for about that $39 price point. What do you get basically with this one here? Apple pie in a bottle. It's like a warm, fresh apple pie at Big Ma's house. Smells awesome. The cinnamon in there is like to die for. And then as it dries down, you get that tonka bean, a little bit of tobacco and myrrh. But the tobacco and the warmth and the tonka bean within this fragrance gives you that apple pie vibe that people can pick up on you, and it does last for a long time. Next one. A new addition to my collection, so I still haven't spent a whole lot of time with it, but it does smell awesome. Tom Ford Black Orchid Parfum in the gold bottle. Now, basically, what do you get with this one? You get that truffle in the opening. You get some rum throughout the entire fragrance with a patchouli dry down that gives you that chocolatey vibe that's in there. Great smelling fragrance, long lasting for sure. Next one. And like I said before, just a second here. I think I'm missing one on my list here. Next one, Spice Bomb Extreme by Viktor and Rolf. This one here, what do you get? You get spice explosion of cinnamon and spices. But as it goes on, it gets stronger and stronger somewhat. Not necessarily forsaking the fact that it is in the dry down spirit, but you get that cinnamon. You get, I believe, a little bit of cardamom in there, but it's a very, very warm scent that cuts through the cold. Excellent. And it's a compliment monster. That's the best way to describe that one. Next one, and now it's time for Right Back Ain't Cheating. Tom Ford Noir Extreme. Awesome scent here. What do you get with this one? That Reign Supreme is the coffee note, and it's like an Indian dessert. Let me scoot these down, make sure everything gets into the picture there. That coffee note in there is what reigns supreme throughout that entire fragrance. There's lots of other spices in there, would be the cardamom, nutmeg, and into that dry down, along with that coffee note, you get some vanilla and some amber. So it's a warm fragrance, cozy, if you will, but it's a gourmand scent with that coffee note being in there. It's like a ice cream, very, very creamy note within this fragrance. That's actually the superstar of this fragrance. It's one that I recommend for everybody to get their nose on. Second to last, Dior Homme Intense. Awesome fragrance here. Now the iris in here is what they consider to be the lipsticky, somewhat vibe. It's a little earthy, but in the dry down you get some cedar and some vetiver, which gives it that very, very woody vibe. But that iris is the superstar of that fragrance right there. It's very long lasting. It's very versatile. It's one of those ones you can actually mix with a t-shirt, on up to a sweater, on up to a suit, and it fits in at all times. But one thing about it for sure, you won't have to be worried about whether or not it's going to cut through the cold. And last but not least, my most probably complimented cold weather scent since I've had it, but I've actually mixed it in from time to time when it's warm outside, not crazy warm, on a cool maybe summer or spring day. And that is Dior Sauvage Elixir. Now fellas, this one right here, compliment monster. Exceptionally long lasting, and to me, there's never a bad time to smell like Dior Sauvage Elixir. Except for when it's extremely piping hot outside. If you go crazy with the sprays, you might choke somebody out. But what do you get with this one? You get cinnamon, you get nutmeg, you get a dry down of a little hint of licorice, some amber in there. But it's, like I said, awesome. The only drawback to that one is it's a 60 ml bottle that you got to spend $165 for. And I'm hearing now that they got the 100 ml bottle out. So when I do run out of this one, I'm definitely going to get me a 100 ml offering of it, because I mean, no matter what it costs, it smells amazing. All of these 11 fragrances right here, I recommend that you get your nose on 911. Certain ones, like maybe the Bentley and stuff like that, you probably won't find in your local department store, so you may have to try to blind buy that one. But even if you blind buy it, it's only about 30, 35 bucks, and I can tell you for sure that it's worth it. If you have any winter offerings that you think should have been in this designer list, leave a comment in the comments and let me know. But these are my 11 that I will have in heavy rotation this winter for the designer realm. And like I said, stay tuned for part 2, being the niche version of this fragrance list. Other than that, it's my time. Peace.